Hi, my name is Dr. Christopher Scott. I'm a psychologist practicing in the Houston area. I see individuals and couples. I'm a Gottman certified therapist as well as an ASEC certified sex therapist as well. So today what I'm going to be talking about is a little bit of the research that Dr. John Gottman found that predicts the health of a relationship. So in the late 1990s and early 2000s, Dr. John Gottman, the founder of Gottman Method Couples Therapy, found that there are 4 behaviors that predict the end of a relationship. And those 4 behaviors he labeled criticism, which is blame, defensiveness, which is trying to defend yourself or change the topic, contempt, which is mockery or speaking as if we're morally or intellectually superior, and stonewalling, which is mentally checking out of a conversation. So those 4 behaviors, he could predict the end of a relationship with 95% accuracy. Now, I want to say to my audience that everybody engages in these behaviors in a relationship to one extent or another. The importance is how frequently are we engaging in them and to what level. The important thing is that we recognize those behaviors and we engage in their antidotes. So the antidote to criticism is what we call gentle startup. That's using those I statements where I feel scared, I feel anxious, I feel hurt, coupled with naming a positive need from the other person. Something simple, something they can do in this moment. I need a hug right now. I need you to stop what you're doing and take a moment to give me your full attention and hear what I'm saying. Those are the antidotes to criticism. Now, defensiveness is oftentimes seen as the flip side of criticism. Defensiveness is when we whine, when we try to change the topic, point our finger at the other person. Those are all forms of defensiveness. The antidote to defensiveness is taking responsibility. So finding at least one thing that we can genuinely see as true in what the other person's saying. So that would be saying, hey, I see this specific thing that you're right about, and it makes sense that you're mad about that. That's the antidote to defensiveness. It's not just saying, yeah, I guess I know how you feel, or I guess you're mad. Those are not taking responsibility. Third is the antidote for contempt, which is actually gentle startup, which is using those I feel statements, as well as naming a positive need, plus really creating what we call a culture of appreciation in the relationship. So that's where you're sharing appreciation that's genuine, specific, in small doses on a regular basis. Last but not least is stonewalling. So stonewalling is checking out oftentimes the result of emotional dysregulation, or a word we oftentimes use in Gottman method called flooding, when a person's in that fight or flight stage. Now, when a person is stonewalling, they literally physiologically cannot pay adequate attention. So what we need to do is we need to take an effective break. And that means that one person needs to say, I'm feeling flooded right now, let's take a break and come back to this later. Now later could be the next day, it could be after a meal, it could be in their next therapy session. That is really giving the clue that we're going to take a break and we're going to recharge and we're going to come back to this and take a fresh start. So those are Dr. John Gottman's 4 behaviors, which he calls the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, as they predict the end of relationships and their antidotes. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Take care.